This is a watch brand worn by astronauts, kings, designers, rappers, and maybe your grandfather.
It's crossed continents, survived world wars, landed on the moon, and slipped into streetwear culture.
We're talking about Omega, one of the most iconic and versatile watchmakers in the world.
And today we are walking you through the story of Omega, decade by decade, with real vintage pieces from the DuMarko collection to show what made each era special.
Omega started in 1848 with a 23-year-old watchmaker named Louis Brandt, working in a small village in Switzerland.
But the name Omega only came later, in 1894, when they created a movement so precise and easy to service they called it Omega, like the final word in timekeeping.
That movement was so revolutionary they renamed the entire company after it. And from that moment, Omega wasn't just another watchmaker, it was a brand with global ambition.
Let's start in the 1930s and 40s, when everything was geometric: architecture, clothing, even watches.
This was the Art Deco era, a time of bold lines, symmetry and elegance. Design was all about combining beauty with precision, and Omega fully linked into it.
Their watches mirrored the spirit. They weren't loud, but they were intentional. Slim rectangular cases, minimalistic numerals, tiny sub-second hands.
Fun fact: back then men's watches were often smaller than today's women's watches. 30mm cases were totally normal and seen as stylish and sophisticated.
Omega's rectangular pieces from this time were often made in solid gold or gold-filled cases, powered by hand-wound calibers that were built to last decades.
This one is our Omega tank with a tonneau case. Slim, elegant and so very 30s. You can picture it under a tuxedo cup or at a jazz club in Paris.
Or as someone dancing to a swing in a three-piece suit. It's not just a watch, it's a time capsule.
The 1950s were a golden era for Omega. Automatic movements were becoming the new standard, and Omega led the way with their signature bumper rotor.
This one right here, Omega Bumper Automatic from our collection, has a beautiful black dial, golden numerals and markers, and you can actually feel the movement rock inside.
But here's something not everyone knows. In 1955, Omega launched the first ever woman's automatic wristwatch, the Ladymatic.
It was elegant, compact and powered by the smallest rotor-based automatic movement in the world at the time.
So, while the guys were chasing bigger cases, Omega quietly created a breakthrough in miniaturized mechanics for women, blending style and performance in a way nobody else had. Then came the 1960s, the era that made Omega a legend. NASA was preparing for manned space flight, and they needed a wristwatch that could survive just about anything.
And here's the wild part: Omega didn't pitch them. NASA bought a bunch of chronographs off the shelf, including Rolex, Longines and Hamilton, and tested them in complete secrecy.
They were thrown into extreme heat, freezing cold, high G-forces, vibrations and even vacuum chambers. All but one failed.
The Omega Speedmaster was the last one standing. It didn't just survive, it kept perfect time through it all.
That's how it earned the name Moon Watch, the first and only watch officially certified by NASA for spacewalks and lunar missions.
But beyond the legend, it is just a beautifully engineered watch. This one in our collection has the caliber 861, a hand-wound movement introduced in 1968, used in Apollo 15, 16 and 17 missions.
The case is clean, purposeful to like, no luxury fluff, just pure functional elegance. It's no wonder it became a culture icon. Even today, the Speedmaster still gets used in space.
And it still looks just as good on Earth, with a t-shirt or a flight suit. In the 70s and 80s, fashion shifted again, and Omega adapted fast.
They embraced the Quartz revolution with slim battery-powered dress watches, like this Ville rectangular Quartz, pure 80s minimalism.
And look at this, Omega Ville Quartz, ultra-thin, refined and designed for more urban, elegant lifestyle.
In the 80s, Omega took a bold step with the Constellation Manhattan. This is the version with the famous 4 grooves of claws on the case.
It became a design icon, and this one is our favorite version, the Omega Constellation Day-Date with dual subdials and a sharp Roman bezel.
These were popular in the 80s and 90s, slim, precise and designed for a more refined urban look. A true power watch for the era.
And yes, the Manhattan Constellation line is still in production today, updated, modernized, but still instantly recognizable. So, from rectangular elegance to mechanical innovation to moon missions and minimalistic design, Omega moved with the world and shaped it too.
Every piece tells a story, and in our DuMarko collection, those stories live on.
So tell us, what's your favorite Omega era? Art Deco tank, bumper automatic, Speedmaster?
Drop in the comments and don't forget to subscribe.